Hi everyone, my name is Jody. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video on my channel. If I look familiar to you, it's because I do a lot of tutorials on Wendy's Crafting Friends, and I wanted to go ahead and start my own channel as well, and that way I can broaden my horizons maybe too a little bit on my own. So again, if I look familiar, that's where you've seen me. I've also done a couple lives with Sam's Bead Shop with Rachel, and that's a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm here to kind of do my own thing too. And I just want to let you know that things aren't going to be repeated between both channels. Any unboxings are going to be done over on Wendy's Crafting Friends. This is strictly doing exactly what I want to do with my own stash or things that I've purchased. So that's what this channel is going to be. This channel can also be a way for you to maybe experience something new that you haven't done before. So there could be other things other than jewelry. I like to dabble in a few things. So I'm also open to learning some new stuff. So I am hoping to broaden this a little bit to be a little bit of everything. So sometimes you might see me cooking something. Sometimes you might see me make jewelry. Sometimes I might be trying a new craft on the video. So it could be entertaining to say the least, but today I am going to be making a necklace with turquoise that I purchased from Sam's Bead Shop on one of their live sales. If you have not shopped on one of the live sales for Sam's Bead Shop, you are missing out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great community. People chit chat back and forth. It's a great way for you to earn points and all kinds of stuff. So it's just a lot of fun. Plus you're getting some good discounts on some beads that you might want. And usually there's a lot of really, really nice Czech glass and some beautiful high grade gemstones, which is what we're gonna be working with today. We're gonna be working with some turquoise. So I'm gonna flip you guys around and we're gonna do our very first video here. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have some things in front of you here. I have some bead-along 7-strand wire in bright is what I'm gonna be using today. It's more of like almost like a gray color. So we're gonna be using that. I have a couple crimp tubes in gunmetal, a couple crimp covers in gunmetal, and I have this extending toggle clasp. So when you put this on, if the person wants it to be a little bit longer, they can use the one on the outside here and so forth. I got these on clearance at Joann's, but if you look on Amazon, I'm pretty sure you'd probably be able to find them, or maybe in any of your other craft locations, or just Google it even too, and you'd probably be able to find them. But they're extended extender toggle clasps. Okay, and then in front of us here, we have some hematite disc like rondelles. So very small, probably about a 3 millimeter. We're going to be using those today. I have some turquoise that I got from Sam's Bead Shop, and this turquoise is very high quality, very beautiful. You can see we have all, whoops, losing one. You can see that we have all the shades here. We have some browns and blues and some blacks. Don't mind the cat hair that I just had on my hand. I also have 3 cats, so, and a dog. So I'm a huge pet person. And this video will be kind of an introduction in case you don't know who I am, and that way I can tell you a little bit about me. The one thing you're gonna know that I talk through my videos quite a bit, and we talk about, you know, my life, things, lessons I've learned over the years, what I think about different things. Sometimes I ask you guys to play a game along with me for some interaction in the comments. I just try to have a lot of fun and be very open and honest with everybody who I'm dealing with. Then we have some other turquoise here. This is Hubai turquoise. So this is more browns and some greens in it, and they're little squares. These are teeny tiny. So these are all around 2 millimeter. And then I have some turquoise puffed squares that we're gonna use as well. And these squares are drilled diagonally, So they're gonna be kind of more like a diamond shaped other than a square. So we're gonna use those two. And the whole idea with this necklace is I want this to be something that anyone could wear, whether you're man, woman, whatever, you can wear this necklace. And I just think that's the one reason why I wanted to pick this toggle, because you know, typically a man's neck is a little bit wider than a woman's. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one just in case maybe my husband wants it. He's been wearing some jewelry that I've been making him, so I think maybe he would probably really like this necklace. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this all ready here for us. We have our little findings that we're going to need. The tools that you're going to want to do a necklace like this, you're gonna want your pliers, you're gonna want your crimping pliers, and you're gonna want your cutters. All right, so how I going to measure this, using your own body to measure things is usually your best starting point. So I am going to put this around my neck and cut it where I think I would like it, but I'm also going to give myself a couple extra inches on both sides, like about 3 or so. And the reason I do that is because I have learned in the past that sometimes, you know, you make mistakes, and you could use that little bit of extra wire in case you mess something up. And that way you don't have to restring the entire thing. Also, too, if you're going to be closing off any piece of jewelry, you're going to need that extra length to do so. So let me just go ahead and I will measure this so you guys know how big I am making this, and to give you an idea of a good starting point for yourself. All right, so this is a 20.5-inch strand. Now you can definitely make your necklace bigger than that. I'm wanting something that's going to be a little closer to the neck because it is so dainty. It's so, I shouldn't say dainty if I'm planning on having maybe men wearing it, but it's so small that it would look better closer to your neck. So more of like a collar style necklace, right, for us. Now, also, I want to let you know that I will not have links for these items because these were on a sale, and honestly, frankly, I don't remember where I got these. When I do have links to the items, you will find them in my description just below the video, and you'll be able to go to those links and purchase what you want to purchase. But these, since they were done on a live sale, that sale is obviously over, but I do want to let you know that if you're wanting to make a small necklace like that, dig through your gemstones, see what you have for tiny little beads, see what you have for a little bit larger of a gemstone, like these are roughly 4 millimeter, and see if you have any little spacers that you would like to use that would go with it. And you can make this in anything, but you can also find turquoise online. One place I could recommend for good turquoise would be Sam's. Another place is go to some independent dealer on Etsy and see if you can maybe find it there. I have a lot of good luck with finding stuff on Etsy, so it's definitely a possibility for you. All right, so another thing you'll learn on my channel, and people who know who I am, you know, and have been watching me can contest to this. Know that if I make a mistake, I'm leaving it in, because that's the best way for all of us to learn, is to leave in our mistakes and work on them together. I also will, at some point when we get going, I will pause and come back with more done, because that way, especially with a small tiny bead stringing project, it could get really monotonous, and I don't want to lose you halfway through the video. All right, so we're going to start this from the center of our necklace because I want this to be somewhat even on both sides. So let's just go ahead and string on one of our turquoise stones, and see, it looks really nice there. And then let's do one of these little hematite spacers, And let's string on another one of these turquoise stones. All right, and I will tell you a little bit about myself since we're doing some stringing here. So my name is Jody. I have 2 biological children and 2 bonus children. So the oldest child is my daughter, and she is 28, and my youngest biological child is going to be 21 this week. And then my bonus children are 24 and 19. And I've been married for 5 years to my husband, and we live in Southwest Michigan. And I'm pretty much born and raised in Michigan. And I have lived in different places. I've lived in Louisiana, southern Louisiana. I have lived in Oklahoma. And I've moved quite often, actually, when I was married to my first husband. So we love our animals. We have 3 cats. The oldest is 22 this year, and his name is Marmalade. And then I have Cheeto, who is 3, and Lucy, who is 2. So those are our little critters. And then we have a dog who is 6, and his name is Woody, and he's a mutt. He's a rescue, and we absolutely love him to pieces. So sometimes you'll hear things in my house like cats knocking stuff over, cats meowing. You will hear my dog barking at the mailman or a random leaf blowing across the yard. You will also hear my family from time to time, even though I have the door to my craft room closed, because my family is loud and I love the noises my family makes, so I don't try to cover that up or edit that out. There we go. All right. So this is our start. And I wanted to really do those turquoise beads as our focal for this necklace. All right. And then I am using that square Hubai turquoise right there. And we're going to want to keep using that, but I want to go a little bit further before I add anything new to it. So let's do 4 more on each side of that bead, of that style bead, I should say. So let's do 1, 2, there we go. There's 8 on that side. And then let's do 4 more on this side to make it 8. And man, I have my glasses on, but these holes are teeny, teeny, weeny. There we go. Okay, so we got all of those. Did I get... Nope, I didn't get that one on there. I must have stuck to my finger. That's where that other one came from. All right, let's put that on there. There we go. All right, also in my description section of these videos, you will find my personal Facebook, and you will also find my Jody's Jewelry Creations Facebook, where sometimes I sell jewelry and sometimes I sell kits, something I would make on YouTube and then turn around and sell kits for. It just helps me keep creating and putting some money in the bead bank, which is good because I want to do nothing but shop for beads all the time. All right, so now I think that's going to be all we're going to use for this turquoise. So we're going to save those 3 because maybe we'll do a matching bracelet for this one day. All right, then I would like to use some of this turquoise here, and we're going to switch it up and we're going to use some round beads. So let's do the same thing. Let's do 8. So one of the things I'm going to ask is when you find this video, please go to the comments. Leave me a comment if you have watched me on Wendy's Crafting Friends, or if you're new to seeing my face. And if you're new, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, when did you start, or even if you're not new, tell me about yourself. Tell me when you started making jewelry, started crafting, what's your favorite thing to make? Those are the couple things that I would like to hear from all of you. This is such a great community to be involved in. The crafting community is amazing. Most of the time you will only run into kind, sweet people, and I think I've met most of them. I mean, everyone's been so kind and so generous with their words and everything, and I love that about this community. It's really, really great community. All right, so I think I have 8 over here. And then let's do this 8 here. And there we go. So there's 3. So it has been absolutely gorgeous in Michigan the past few days. We have had, I think across all of the world, everyone has been dealing with a huge heat wave and really high humidity everywhere, and it's been exhausting, I'm sure, for everybody. Not to mention, if you have air conditioning, your bill has probably been outrageous, and I know mine has been. And that's Marmalade right now. Have you heard that meow? Marmalade, what are you doing, buddy? But it has been just gorgeous here. I've had my downstairs windows open for 3 days now, and it's been amazing. Just getting some of that fresh air in here and just enjoying it. Yesterday we spent a good part of the afternoon outside. We went tubing on a river with our friends. We do it like a little yearly tubing trip, which is super amazing. And all we do is we float down the river for 2 hours, just talking and joking around and catching up on our lives with each other, and making future plans to do stuff together. And it's just really, really nice. Okay, so I put that spacer here, and I'm gonna put a spacer on this side. And this is at the point where I'm gonna go ahead and pause it for you guys, because what I'm going to do is I am going to go back to the square ones, and we're just gonna keep alternating 8 of them. But I wanna get most of these done for you, and then come back and we'll do a little bit more beading, and then we will also finish off the necklace, and I'll show you how we're going to finish that off. So I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, so I'm back, and I ended with the square here. So let's go ahead and bead some more, because we still have some more beading to do. I'm gonna take the rest of this turquoise and just kind of dump it out right there. And we need to do 8 of this one. Oops. Some of these little holes are so hard to find, but I love working with these little beads like this. They're just so pretty. These teeny tiny little gemstones are always just gorgeous and so full of love and lust and luster and sparkle, and I mean, just you name it, it's just full of everything. I love the big beads too, but I don't know, these little teeny tinies, man, they are just gorgeous. All right. And I do apologize. You will see cat hair from time to time. My one cat, Cheeto, loves to lay on my beading mat when I'm not in the room. I don't know what that is. I keep a lint roller at my desk just so I can lint roll my mat before I start working on it. But I never seem to get every single hair off of it. There's always like one or two. So today's kind of a rare day. I have my day job that I work Monday through Friday from 7:30 till 4, and I am off today because I had taken an extended weekend. I was off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now today, which is Monday, and it makes my week nice and short. And before you know it, this month is almost over, you guys. Today is the 12th already, and I know that I'm saying that this month is already almost over, but when you think about it, like the days go by so fast, and like the weekend will be here like really, really fast. And then in a couple weeks, it'll be Labor Day weekend. And I can't even believe that. That doesn't even seem possible to me right now. Like it's going to be Labor Day weekend in a couple weeks. So that's another 4-day weekend for me, which I'm looking forward to. I'm always looking forward to my weekends. As a 50-year-old woman, I am too young to retire, but I feel like I could retire at any point. No, Woody, you go lay down. That's my dog talking to me right now, you guys. I may have to take a minute and go let him out. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. So not only did I have to let Woody out, but I had to let him back in. I had to give the cats a treat because I went to the kitchen. I had to get him a treat because I had to let him back in. So it took me a minute. All right, so we're continuing on with the square ones, and I think we're going to end it after these. If I can finish stringing it. There we go. A couple more things about my channel. So I will take all constructive criticism and roll with it. Compliments are great. I love to see people happy. Also, I will not tolerate anyone being mean to anybody in the comments or anything. I will not tolerate any form of hate whatsoever. So this is supposed to be a nice, safe space for everyone to work off of each other and learn from each other. And that's including me. Like, I want to learn from you guys. So if you have suggestions about something that you saw me do or something that would make my life easier or whatever, so be it. You know, I want to hear those, and I appreciate things like that. Again, I will not tolerate certain behavior, and we are all going to be accepting of each other's love and kindness, and have a very friendly and open community here. There we go. All right, and let's put our little spacer on, and now we can end our project. So I have some space, which is good because I need it, because what we're going to do is we are going to use some crimp tubes that I have here. Again, I have them in gunmetal. Crimp tubes are available in almost every shade of metal, or I'm sorry, they are available in every shade of metal. I'm not using a wire guardian because I don't have any that really match it, so we're not going to use a wire guardian. I am going to put on my crimp tube, and it's important it goes in this order. And I'm not using any jump rings. I'm going to attach it right to my toggle. So your crimp tube goes on first, or your crimp bead, whichever you prefer to use. And then you put your one end of your clasp on, whichever clasp you are using, put it through your crimp tube. And I put the spacer on here because I do want it to go through at least one bead. And I know I won't go through those teeny tiny little turquoise ones. One strand is enough for those. Two will not fit through that. And then I'm just going to gently pull on my string, and we're going to go ahead and crimp this right where it's at. I have a very small little loop there. It's not super tight around that loop of the toggle because we want it to be able to move and not cause any unnecessary wear and tear on our wire. And then we're going to come in with our crimping pliers. I'm using the very last notch, if I can get it lined up. And I'm going to, like I said, if I can get it lined up, crimp. Oh my goodness. Hold on, guys. I'm getting there. Last little slot, crimp it down, and then go to the very first slot and turn it so you can crimp those two sides over on top of each other, and you end up with this nice little crimp right there. Then we can come in here and trim off the rest of that little tail that we don't need. Well, I thought I had it. I heard it click. Whoop. Now I'm getting to be Butterfingers right about now, guys. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, get in there, trim it off, and then we're going to let gravity work. And you want to make sure that it's like the beads are snug to each other, but not so snug that they're going to end up laying weird. And then we'll do the other side the same way. Get our crimp tube on, put our other end of our clasp on, fold that right over, put your tail through that little crimp, and if you can, through one bead. I like to be able to put them through several beads just to have the extra wire in case something happens where if my necklace would happen to break, I can fix it pretty easily without having to restring it in most cases. In some cases, you're going to have to restring no matter what, but it's just a fail-safe for myself. It makes me feel better about it. All right, and now we're crimped. And we're going to trim off the other piece. And let's go ahead and put on our little crimp covers. Now the crimp covers are not a mandatory thing. You don't need to use them. I don't use them most of the time, but in this case I am going to use them. They just hide your crimp. So I'm putting it on there over top of my crimp. It fits right over. And they do come in different sizes. So if you're using a size 2 crimp bead or crimp tube, you may want to use a 2 or 3 crimp cover if you're going to use it. And you're just going to slowly close that crimp around. They're very malleable, so you want to just take your time if you want it to look really good. And you just kind of shape it around that crimp. Just take your time. It's not a race. We're not trying to see who can get done first. You're just taking your time and really looking at it and making sure that you have it the way you want it. And so this is what it ends up looking like. It's just a nice little, it looks like a little bead at the end there, and it's just hiding your crimp. That's all it's doing. And then when we're all done with this, I'll turn the camera around. I'll try it on myself and see what I think. That's another thing I like to do. I like to make sure I try on stuff for you guys so you can see what it looks like on the human body. All right, so here is our beautiful turquoise necklace, all turquoise with the exception of the hematite spacers. That can be worn by anybody. All right, you guys, I'm going to flip this around and we'll try it on. I'll be right back. All right, everyone, here it is. I have it on the first one so I could make it the smallest, and that's exactly where I like it to sit on myself. So I will actually present this to my husband when he gets home from work today and show him and see what he thinks of maybe he would wear that. But it looks really pretty. You can see just like little splashes of blue, and it's very very small. It would be great to layer with another necklace. Like if I wanted to put on this necklace that I made, and because layering is like all the rage, right? So if we wanted to put on this necklace with it, let me just hook that on. And it looks great layered. So I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for coming to my very first video here. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment. Please, if you could, subscribe. Do some liking on my videos. I would really appreciate that. If you know people who are interested in making jewelry, you know, go ahead and send them here. This is a very open space and I would love all the bead friends to be here together. All right, everybody, much love to you all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.